end of the decade run, yeah.
All right, so Sam Pittman, Arkansas football coach, on Texas and Oklahoma entering the SEC. And Sam Pittman seems to be a guy who'd be kind of fun to sit down with and have a conversation. The state of Arkansas is ecstatic about the ability to play Texas and OU, bringing two storied programs into the SEC. I'm excited. I'm from Oklahoma, grew up a Sooner fan. Will be a great deal, especially for Texas, because of the old Southwest Conference.
So 2011 for Cam and the Tigers when they won that national title. So 2 years after Colton, Texas lost to Alabama, and the whole world flipped basically after that. College football's never been the same since that 2009 title game. But, I think all the quotes that I've seen around Oklahoma and Texas, I don't really know what people were expecting, but every single one of them has been positive. I don't think I've seen a one that has been like, oh, they're in trouble or they're not ready for this. I mean, I saw a couple players who were asked questions, and they know the deal. They know that they're being asked to, give a soundbite and the more controversial, the better for the folks who are asking the questions. But I think the players have been smart, and they're just honestly giving their real opinions that, yeah, it's great for the SEC. What are we talking about here? Like, there's no downside.
No.
What is the downside? There's none. There's a zero downside to this entire move. And if you think the downside is, well, Texas is going to roll in and they're going to, plop down in the main chair, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're too smart to do that right out of the get-go anyways, okay? They're way too smart for that. But two, they know they're not in the same room anymore. Like, that's not a room they walk into and they're just head and shoulders above everybody. In fact, they're looking around for the first time in a really long time, maybe the first time ever in their history, at a room where they're eye to eye with 5 or more, programs in so many ways. Maybe not financially, but even those programs are closer to them than any ones they've been playing with here recently. So, yeah, I think the whole, I think there's no drama here for Oklahoma and Texas moving to the SEC. It's great. It's exciting for players. They get to play these two programs they might not otherwise get to play. For coaches, hey, now you get to go up against Brent Venables and Steve Sarkisian and 2 more programs from different parts of the country that, are just going to add a whole lot of spice and fun and competitiveness to the conference. So there's no loss here in my mind, and I think everybody's echoing that by saying how excited they are and how it's going to be a great move for the SEC.
It is going to make a conference that has been elite at the top, and I use that word, but they have been. The numbers of national championships are obvious.
If they haven't been elite, then there's no elite. I mean, that's the elite.
What they now bring to the conference is it makes it even deeper, because Texas and OU have their history, no matter the sporadic part of what Texas has dealt with for a decade. Everybody goes through that. Oklahoma last year was, who knows, maybe a one-off or maybe a trend, but it does actually. And you wonder if you're Mississippi State, if you're Vanderbilt, South Carolina's trying to get involved in this. Missouri, what are they? Someone's going to have to drop, or maybe it's one of them or both of them, but it'll be fun to kind of watch to see how that pecking order is after a year or two with them in the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, you're adding 11 national titles, 7 from OU, 4 from Texas. You're adding, I think it's like 9 Heisman winners, 7 of them from Oklahoma and 2 of them from Texas. Not to mention countless conference titles and All-Americans. I mean, that's going to be great for all involved, financially, of course, but competition-wise. And I know that, it's a bummer for the Big 12, but I didn't expect SEC Media Days to see a lot of, they don't know what they're in for.
Yeah.
And I think that's been level-headed responses, and that's good, because that's the way it should be, because there is a reason to celebrate here.
Jacob Super Chat, thank you very much. The question: for Boise State to make a New Year's Six appearance, do they have to beat UCF and